All right, let's dive right in. Today we're looking at a high-stakes rescue mission with some pretty unusual tools. Get ready, this is the Saving Sam Challenge.
So let me ask you this. Imagine a life is on the line. Things are looking grim, time is running out, and all you've got are a couple of ordinary paper clips. Do you think you could do it? Could you save a life? Well, that is the exact puzzle we're going to try and solve today.
Okay, so first things first, let's meet the one who needs saving. We gotta set the scene here because we're dealing with a worm in serious peril.
Everybody meet Sam. He's our hero for this little adventure, a gummy worm who just loves spending his summer out on the water. But here's the thing about Sam. He's not exactly what you'd call prepared. For starters, he can't swim. And to make matters worse, he never, ever wears his life preserver. You know the type, a little too confident for his own good.
And, well, you can probably guess what happens when you're on the water. You can't swim and you've got no life preserver. Yep, the absolute worst has happened. We don't know if it was a big wave or what, but it doesn't matter. His boat has completely capsized, and now poor Sam is stuck, just clinging to the top of it.
He's in big trouble, and he definitely can't save himself. So, that's where you come in. This is now your mission. You've got to save Sam.
So what does a successful rescue even look like? Well, here's the goal. You need to get Sam from where he is now, stranded on top of his overturned boat, to a much happier situation, safe and sound inside his boat, which is now right side up. And most importantly, he's wearing his life preserver. That right there is the finish line.
But hold on, you can't just dive in. Like any real rescue operation, there are rules. Strict rules, in fact, that you have to follow. So let's go over the rules of the rescue.
Yeah, forget about rescue boats or helicopters. Your toolkit for this mission is, let's just call it minimalist. You've got Sam the gummy worm, his boat, which is a cup, and his life preserver, a gummy lifesaver. And the only actual tools you can use to make all this happen? A couple of paper clips. That's it.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. First off, this is a team effort. You gotta work together. Super important. You have to treat Sam like he's actually alive. That means no poking, prodding, or injuring him in any way. Also, the table, that's water. If Sam touches it, the rescue is over. And one last thing, that little gummy lifesaver is pretty fragile, so be gentle, don't rip it.
Now, those rules are all crucial, for sure, but they're not the main challenge here. There is one more rule. And believe me, this is the one that turns a simple task into a real brainbuster. And here it is. You absolutely can't touch Sam, the boat, or the lifesaver with your bare hands at any point. Not once. Every single move you make has to be done using only those paper clips. That one little rule just changes the whole game, doesn't it?
So, you're probably thinking, with all these rules and with only a couple of paper clips, how is this even possible? Well, it is. There's a clear path to victory, but it means following a very specific series of steps.
The rescue comes down to 5 distinct tasks, and you've got to do them in order. First, you have to get Sam off the boat. Second, flip that boat right side up. Step 3, you've got to somehow get that life preserver onto him. 4, place him back inside the boat. And finally, and this is the best part, you get to shout out that you're finished. But remember, with only paper clips, every single one of those steps is its own little puzzle.
So, right about now, your brain is probably spinning, right? You're picturing all the ways you could bend and twist those paper clips into hooks and levers. But as you might have figured out by now, this challenge is about way more than just a gummy worm.
Because the real challenge here, it's not about how steady your hand is. It's a test. It's about creative problem solving when the pressure's on. It's about teamwork, communication, and thinking way outside the box when you have almost nothing to work with. It really just shows how a simple, kind of silly activity can help you practice some seriously important real-world skills.
And all of that brings us right back to you. You've seen the whole situation. You know the tools, or lack thereof, and you know the rules. So it's your turn. How would you bend those paper clips? What's your strategy? What's your first move? Really, the only question left is, how would you save Sam?